I'm always trying to balance, how much vulnerability I want to put online. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Rebecca. I'm a writer. I'm currently working on what I'm hoping will be my debut novel. It is a 90s East Coast autumn ghost story going under the name of Glass Paradise for right now. And if you are not new, hi, it is so good to see you again. I have to make this intro incredibly quick because I'm balancing my camera on my window, and also I need to catch a train because we're going to go to the city today and we're going to see one of my favorite people, Lindy Jung. It is 8, my train is at 8:15, and I need to get a move on and pack my things, but I'm gonna take you along with me. Brief little writing update. I did manage to finish Act 1 in my last writing vlog, and I also managed to finish replotting my entire fun and game section. We are on the final stretch of July. I have 8 chapters that I need to revise, if not completely rewrite. So we're gonna see if we can do that this month. Fingers crossed. And if not, that's okay. Today, while I'm with Lynn, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna peruse the city. I think we're gonna actually be hanging around Wicker Park, so that's gonna be fun. I'm going to be working on chapter 4. That's my update. I will keep you guys posted, and let's go have a really fun writing day. Hello, good morning. It is Sunday. I once again need to make this intro kind of quick because I didn't realize that my train, we'll get to that in a second. Yesterday was so much fun. Sometimes I worry about spending too much time with people because I'm like, oh, they're gonna get sick of me, they're gonna get bored of me, I'm gonna come off as annoying, I'm gonna run out of things to talk about. And mind you, like, as a friend, the kind of friend that I am, I don't mind like long silences. I'm actually like quite comfortable in long silences, but sometimes other people aren't. And I had absolutely no trouble like just being in a comfortable silence with Lynn. And I feel like that's a really good indicator of like a solid friend and someone you can be comfortable with. So what did we do yesterday? We walked around Barnes & Noble for a little bit. We got there kind of early, so a lot of the shops weren't open yet. We went to the coffee shop and got a writing session in before we ended up spending 2 hours at Korean barbecue, just talking about anything, everything, writing, life, school. Lynn is literally just such a wonderful person to talk to. I feel like her insights are just really sweet and really grounded, and I don't know. I love knowing that my circle of friends is full of people that are just like genuinely good, interesting, kind people. It was hot as hell though. It was so hot. Today I'm literally wearing like a bodysuit and shorts because I was so nasty by the end of the day. But yeah, I had such a lovely time, and we're gonna do it all over again today. Right now, I am getting ready to go meet Lynn up for brunch. We are going to Wildberry, which I'm so excited. I haven't been there in so long. I cannot talk and do my eyebrows at the same time, truly. I did not realize that the metro train that I needed to take was so early. We're trying to meet there at like 11. And I'm so used to, on the weekdays, there being a metro train like every hour. But on the weekends, there's only one train to get me in. And like today it's at 9:11 and it is 8:52. I don't like living my life like this, guys, at all. We also did manage to get like 2 really good little writing sessions in. I think I got about close to 1,000 words yesterday. I'm basically redrafting chapter 4 from scratch. I think the really fun thing about drafting this time around is that I'm giving Laurel a lot more chapters and a lot more screen time. The first go around, I didn't really have a solid understanding of who she and Peter were. I had broad strokes, more for Peter, less so for Laurel. So one thing I really wanted to do with the fun and games section, because this is where Laurel, she's kind of like our B character for Peter, but also the A character of her own story. I really wanted to make sure that I was being super intentional with her story arc and not just using her as like a literary device to move Peter's story forward. So I spent a lot of time thinking about how to make sure she felt like her own person and not just this like tether for Peter. Chapter 4 is a chapter where it's like her first POV chapter, at least in this draft. It's fun getting to see things from her perspective. It's fun writing in a voice that's so completely different from Peter. And this is the first time where I'm writing and my 2 characters feel distinctly different. I'm not just telling the story from a different point of view. You're seeing it from a completely different point of view and feeling it from this brand new angle, and that feels really encouraging. And I think that's also the really exciting thing about doing something like writing. It's one of those things where you can really see the progress of you as a writer if you are showing up for it consistently or even inconsistently, because I'm not trying to put on too much makeup today actually because it was so hot yesterday. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at concealer, brows, and powder. Lynn and I are gonna hang out at the library. I think we're also gonna do a little bit of a river walk moment. Maybe do an architecture tour, depending, weather permitting. It's very gloomy. Let's go ahead and finish packing and head out on the train once again. Crochet.
I noticed and I was like, oh, thanks.
I feel like I need to practice being on camera again because I have not truly vlogged the rest of this week. So let's talk about it. Hi, welcome to Friday. I had a bit of a rough mental week if I'm being honest, and I know that the first half of this video was like very B-roll heavy, so forgive me while I chat for a little bit, but this is a conversation that I want to have very briefly. So obviously I hung out with Lynn last weekend. It was amazing. I adore Lynn. She is truly someone, I think I said this earlier, but like I just feel like I can be myself around her. I feel like I can like laugh as loudly and as awkwardly as I want to. I feel like we just get along so well, and truly like she's one of those people that I'm glad our friendship crossed from online to in persons. As you probably just saw in the little B-roll clip that I put in here, I just finished chapter 4. I had tried to do this update before, but I felt like I was coming at it from a really apathetic place, so I want to try again. Not that you saw it, but I saw it. I have been in a really tough place with Eden for a few weeks now, probably like since I started revisions, and I think it's been kind of evident in my videos. This is predominantly because, you know, I'm doing something new, and I feel like I vocalize that as well in videos, but I feel like I have to keep vocalizing it for myself because I'm trying to be okay with taking my time. I think I'm teetering between dreading sitting down and working on the project. I feel like I can't get in a groove or like a rhythm. I feel like when I had a really steady, solid writing routine of like waking up early and getting my writing done, I felt so incredibly locked in. I felt like I was making so much progress. I was so connected to the story. And not only do I have to get back into that routine again, but I also just can't write and let myself figure it out later like I'm figuring it out now. I almost feel like I'm using twice the brain energy. One of the reasons why I'm so glad that I got to hang out with Lynn is because on Sunday we went into that yarn shop, and I ended up walking out with a roll of yarn and a crochet needle, and I ended up making, this was supposed to be a scarf. I ended up making it a laptop sleeve because it was way too wide for the amount of yarn that I had left. But I picked up crochet, which I've crocheted before. My mom taught me when I was younger, but I never really took an interest in it. And now I really like it because it gives me something to do with my hands. It's not being on my phone. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more in depth in a Substack post next month, but I deleted TikTok and Instagram off my phone. Not my accounts, just the apps, because I felt like I couldn't breathe. There were 2 days this week where I had so much time to work on the book and sit down and write, and I couldn't bring myself to do it, and I just felt paralyzed. I felt like I just had my phone in my hand all the time, doom scrolling, and it felt like my brain was in a fog, and I didn't want to get out of the fog, and all I could think of was how much time I was wasting, and I'm like, this isn't really self-care, this isn't me like stepping away from the project because I'm over this. I just felt like I was in such a weird funk. I felt really discouraged because I wasn't making nearly as much progress as I wanted to, and I was wasting all this time on my phone. And I've talked a lot about my phone usage before. I haven't really been able to focus and finish reading a book. I finished Bunny a couple weeks ago, but I've been kind of struggling with reading, and I'm reading multiple books right now. I felt so incredibly disconnected from a lot of things, and my creative passions and things that I was really excited about felt like work. And I took a step back to reevaluate like how I create my channel, where I create, how I create for for public consumption versus how I create for myself. So like, I'm really glad I picked up a new hobby because this has been like saving me mentally, and it's crazy. Like, it's only been a couple days since I got rid of the apps, but I just feel like I couldn't like heat up my coffee without having like TikToks to watch for the minute or two that it took for my water to boil. I didn't like how it was making me feel, and I haven't liked how it's made me feel for a really long time. I just took this week away from vlogging, away from the project, away from like social media. I needed a break. I needed a little bit of like a personal reset. I needed to be really present with my husband. For so long with drafting, I was just making so much progress, and that was so exciting, and it was really genuine. And I often debate on like how much of my struggle with writing I want to share, because this is something that I am passionate about, but I think this is also one of those moments where like passion can't carry you. Like, I started to feel really bad about the fact that I hadn't worked on the book for days, and I just felt like I was getting disconnected from it. I started second guessing everything I was posting on YouTube. I started second guessing myself. It was just like a weird like little spiral. Not spiral. Spiral's kind of intense. I've been on a spiral. This was not that. All of that to say, I feel a little bit better right now. I feel like I have a little bit more clarity, a little bit more direction. I take everything that I do seriously, and then I end up taking myself too seriously, and then I just end up viewing myself through the lens of the thing of which I am doing in a not healthy way. So I was like, let me get back to basics. I know I write best in the morning. This morning I got up, I finished chapter 4. I was like, all I need is like 200 words, but those 200 words felt like pulling teeth anytime I would think about sitting down to finish it anytime this week. I got myself organized with content, because sometimes the thing with content is I get overwhelmed because there's a lot that I want to do, and I often tell myself that I don't have time. And I feel like I discovered this during like my 5 a.m. morning routine, where I was like, I actually do have a lot of time. I'm just on my phone a lot. So I'm trying to get back to that a little bit more. I did it today and I immediately felt better. So I don't know how the rest of revisions is going to go. I have 7 days until the end of July, and I wanted to have up to chapter 11 revised. I still think I can make a ton of progress. I'm not too worried. I feel like I'm slipping back into the groove of the book, and if I can get back to my early mornings, I think that we can make really decent progress. Like, if I'm a chapter or 2 behind, I'm not that worried. Also, it should be known that my chapters for this book are pretty beefy. Like, they've all been around 4,000 words so far, like the first 4 chapters. I'm just gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. The timelines are arbitrary, but I still would really love to query by the start of next year. I would love to get this book into other people's hands because I've just been sitting with it for so long, and I would love to see what people think of the story as a whole. I'm trying to feel comfortable. I feel like the space that I've carved out for myself on the internet is one of being vulnerable. I think not just with my writing journey, but like my personal like mental health journey. Also, sorry, my hair is wet. I just got out of the shower and did all my morning stuff, so it's just, we're gonna rock it, okay? I'm always trying to balance, you know, how much vulnerability I want to put online. I never want to come across as like I'm complaining. It's more like something about both writing and vlogging and documenting all of this is like a way for me to verbally process things. Believe it or not, I don't feel like I'm the best communicator. It takes a lot for me to like verbalize things. I internalize things like crazy. I'm hopeful that me being vulnerable and transparent about, I think, the ebbs and flows, and that, yeah, this week was a week where passion did not carry me through the difficulty. What I needed was actually discipline, and I didn't have that this week. I recharged emotionally with my really good friend, and I'm so happy I had that, and I think I really needed that. I have all of this time to dedicate back towards myself, towards the book, towards things that I want to do. So yeah, sometimes you just need a little mini reset, believe it or not. But I think that's going to bring us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I had a blast. I love making videos because I get to document fun weekends in my life, like the one, like this one. I am just so super proud of the way that I am continuing to show up, and hopefully this motivates you guys to show up for your projects as well. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave this emoji. If you do not know already, I have a Substack. It is in the margins. I always have it linked in the description box down below. You might want to keep an eye out there because there are some very exciting announcements coming in August. I also have a Ko-fi. It is listed in the description box down below. Donations are always appreciated but never expected. Anything that I earn from social media goes right back into the content that I produce. So if you feel so inclined to support the channel, the link is there. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. That really helps me out. It pushes our videos out into the algorithm so we can keep building our little community here. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite thing to do is when you feel burnt out. How do you recharge? How do you disconnect? Would love to hear what you guys are doing. Would love to know how your projects are going as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I am rooting for you. Bye. It's about to storm.